Good morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina and Chef Maribel Day. Tina, how are you?
I'm so excited. I love when Chef Maribel is in the house. I love it and I hate it because if she was like here, we would be eating, right? Like if she was like in studio, we would be getting all this good food. But I love it because then I'm going, I almost get smell-o-vision by like 11.
Note to self, always eat breakfast before watching Maribel. And today I had some oatmeal. So which is like baby food. It's right. Not like eggs and onions and cheese and tortillas and breakfast sauce. Like this is breakfast. Oatmeal is not breakfast. Right? It's something that sustains you, but I don't think it's like, ooh, let's have oatmeal.
Yeah, I don't really like oatmeal too much.
No, I mean, if you put like brown sugar and
if I put like brown sugar and nuts and all that stuff in it, then I'll probably eat it. But I just don't like the texture. It just makes makes me gag.
You have to have the right texture.
Yeah, this wasn't a doctored up. I did put some chia seeds in it.
Okay.
Nice. For a little texture, and then I I pour vanilla creamer.
Oh my gosh, my roommate does the same thing.
That's good. Just a little bit, right?
Just a little bit to make it a little creamy. Yeah.
She uses hazelnut creamer in her oatmeal.
Yeah. Her and I could be good friends.
And she pours the creamer. She's like, I need some of your creamer because she doesn't drink coffee. And she pours. I'm like,
my daughters make this green tea. So they make iced green tea, and then they pour creamer in their iced green tea, and it's like this Vietnamese milk tea kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it's like their own version of it, like a cheaper version.
Have you ever had matcha?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
I'm scared to drink it. Like
I've never made it myself, but like when you have it like at a place where they make it, it's yummy.
I'm scared to get it at Starbucks. So I'm a Starbucks junkie. So everybody's like, "Oh, get the green matcha," and I'm like,
You should try it.
How about mochi? Are those little ice cream like rice mochi?
I have tried that. In fact, I tried that in Vegas one time. I was with a friend of mine and he was getting them and he was like, you should try it. And I was like,
I think the first time you have it, it's like, why would I eat ice cream like this? But
it doesn't taste like ice cream.
No, but if you're trying to have good discipline and you kind of have a sweet tooth, you can buy the little mochis. So then you only eat one, right? So you go into the freezer and it's, you would like dish out some ice cream and and then you just have one little mochi and it like is that little.
So what is mochi? What does it make? Like
it's ice cream, but it's like got this rice
dough
wrapped around it.
It does not taste
like an ice cream dumpling.
Yeah. Like rice pudding, but ice cream form.
And I don't like rice pudding. I think it's the texture.
This is it's solid. It's like a
but
wrapped around.
I can't eat it.
Oh yeah. So we buy the green tea mochis and they're kind of yummy.
But I have been getting on the treadmill every morning for the last 10 days, and I'm doing 2 to 3 miles. So I did 2 miles this morning, another mile at nighttime, taking my little trim, doing my little Modere stuff.
You've lost 7.5 pounds.
Almost 8 now.
Wow.
And inches because like things are starting to fit me like looser now. Like, like my tank tops, my tank tops.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I'm the TNA, so.
Well, I've also been, right? We've been putting more exercise into our day, eating a little healthier, a little cleaner. Not hit that. It's just, mine is just very slow. It's just very slowly coming up.
When you are, because I'm a lot bigger than you are, but when you are bigger and you lose weight quicker, right? Like,
because you have like it's water weight and a little like you have all the little extra little pockets, right?
And I do tend to, and I think it's because I was cheerleader in high school, or I don't even know why, but because I tend to retain a lot of water. I don't know. It is so.
I think people do. I think
hot girl summer ready is tough.
Yeah, so it's like 100 days till my birthday, right? And so I'm like, all right, so these are like this is always when I do my fitness goals, right? It's okay, what am I gonna do for my birthday? And so it's about
I can make it.
Right? Yeah, until my birthday. So I spend like the 3 or 4 months before.
So it's 100 days exactly?
No, I don't know. I'll have to count it. I'll have to look at the
birthday.
I'll count it. I'll look it up on the calendar. Let's bring in our chef for today. It's Chef Maribel Day, which we love having our cooking sessions on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. How you doing, Maribel?
Well, I'm well. Just trying to settle down my dog. So he's okay.
Your new
so yeah, he's definitely a puppy. Everyone loves him, but then when you live with him, he likes to bark. He's a really good guard dog. Anything moving or whatever that's in his perimeter, he starts and it's like a you know. So anyways, he's okay. So what we're doing today is something definitely a pantry staple, which is using potatoes, onion, and eggs. So it's called a Spanish tortilla, and it's flat, and it's also referred to as a Spanish omelet because you're introducing egg with potato, or like egg with something, right? So it would be almost like a frittata.
Okay, right? So what is a traditional Spanish omelet? Like, what makes it a Spanish omelet?
It has potato, onion, and egg, and you cook it like a frittata. Like a frittata would be in the oven, and it kind of just bakes. We're doing it stove top, and it gets like a little golden crust. So what I've basically done, and I'll go through the motions, is right now you're using olive oil, not extra virgin olive oil, but you're using olive oil to saute and cook and soften potatoes and onions. So I use one onion. I have a personal pan size pan.
I love the smell of sauteed onions, like sauteed onions, garlic, and mushrooms, like all together. That is like the heavenly smell.
Mm-hmm. So I have been sauteing it because we're kind of going backwards a little bit, just so I could get a jump on the procedure, which is that once you saute the potatoes, which I'll show in just a second, you can saute the onions together, but I didn't feel like they were immersed enough in the oil, so I did them separately. But you want to have them kind of cooled off a little bit before you introduce the egg, so that the egg is not it's not like they're basically the same temperature, basically tempered to the same temperature. So I put my potatoes that I already sauteed, and I'm going to show that right now since I took out my onions. So it's just like slices of potato. I'm going to show you what size I like. I have my oil on medium. It is a nonstick pan. You can use a cast iron pan, which creates a beautiful crust. It's all about the crust on the outside, soft and delicious on the inside. So I'm using a quarter thick. I don't know which camera is better, but a quarter thick size of potato.
Those are potatoes. I thought they were like little corn tortillas.
No, they're potatoes. So I have a white potato, and let's see. I like to use a mandolin. This is a Japanese style mandolin. There are many mandolins out there, and OXO has like the whole shelf situation where you don't need a balance.
Just speak with your fingers, because you're mandolin those fingers right off.
Yeah, a mandolin, no joke, is super. I'm gonna have to scoop my doggy over. Okay.
He's like, I'm the star.
Yeah.
I had a good picture in the video.
So to get that and to be consistent, I like to use a mandolin. This is a Japanese style mandolin. I have for me, you could do it many ways to be safe if you have one of these. One way is to do it in a bowl. So you're slicing and it goes into the bowl and you're not like trying to balance this. It's pretty stable. But I happen to have a cutting board with an edge around the cutting board. So I actually use that as my lever. See how there's like a little groove, right? For me, that's easiest. And actually, I don't like the guard, but if it gets pretty precarious, I actually like to use a fork. So I hold the potato with a fork, and I'll show you what I mean.
Oh, as it gets smaller.
As it gets smaller. And it's so fast. Hold on a second. I'm not in the best position. Here we go. I'm like using not the best angle. So as it gets smaller, this part, I like to use a fork.
Oh yeah. Keep your fingers away. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. And then I have this much, and I'm just gonna either use it or discard it. Actually, I could use it.
Yeah,
so
little.
Yeah.
Anytime I use a grater, like a cheese grater, right? You're like so nervous about getting your knuckles in there, and don't multitask when you do that.
Yeah, exactly. So my pan is already warm, so I'm gonna put, this is like pretty much a tortilla for 2 people. And again, a tortilla is the shape that we're going to achieve in the pan. It's flat, and that's where we get the word tortilla from Spain.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting a little history lesson here.
Yeah, that's like the original use of the word tortilla, because it's flat. Yeah. Yeah, and they did conquer a lot in Latin America. So the influence of Spain is very strong. So I'm using 1 potato. I have quite a bit here, but I'll probably, if you're gonna use a bigger nonstick skillet pan, about 10 inches, then you wanna put your potatoes in water because they'll start to turn brown. But since I just did it right now, I'm okay. And then you strain it, and then you cook it like this. And so you're not frying it, but you're cooking the potato just until it's soft, and I can puncture like maybe a knife, and it's like really soft and it doesn't stick. It comes out really fast. So this will take a good 10 minutes. You don't want to go too high. I have it on medium heat for me on my stove. That might be medium low on somebody else's stove, because my stove is very standard, low budget stove. Some people have like high BTUs, and so medium is different for everyone, like the range. So I've already done this potato process of cooking, and if you have enough oil, then you can put your onions in here, and it's 1 onion, 1.5 potato, depending on the size. And then today I'm going to use duck eggs, and duck eggs are a beautiful egg yolk. It's like, you're gonna see, it's super golden. It doesn't have a lot of egg white, but I happen to have some extra egg white in my refrigerator. So I'm going to add a little bit of egg white so we have enough to cover our potato, onions, and then we'll put it all together. So
I've had a duck egg before.
I don't think so.
I got really lucky. I mean, I've had these duck eggs before from this farm that you get at the farmers markets here in Austin. But I got really lucky. My dog is a lab Pyrenees retriever mix. And so I feel like he's given me some gifts, because we were walking and I've gotten to know some of the neighbors and their dogs. And this one house I always pass by in my route, because they're like completely redoing the lawn, and it's a corner house. So it wraps around the corner, and the fence is like all from the front part of the house, all, and it wraps around. So they're kind of exposed. And one time I had gone by and their dog was out, and it like they immediately bonded. They like kissed, and then they were like, "Oh, we want to play." So he was behind the gate, so we walked off. But then here he comes, the dog. It's like a chocolate lab mix, and they started playing, and so I had to bring him back to the owner's house. And I'm like, "Oh my God, they're playing so well." So then we walk again a few days ago, and the owners were there outside on their porch chatting. It was like a husband and wife. And I'm like, "Oh my God, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah." I introduced myself, and I'm like, "Our dogs play so well together." And she's like, "Bring him in." So like, I was like, yes. I was like, because any chance I can get him to like play with another dog and like expend that energy is like golden. So she's like, we introduced ourselves. They said they were photographers for weddings, and I was like, "Oh, I'm a chef." And they're like, "Oh my God, we have some duck eggs. Would you like some?" I'm like, yeah. And so here we are.
I don't think I've ever had duck eggs, and I'm kind of scared. Angel,
Oh.
do you have a little Marilyn Monroe thing going on today?
Oh, can you see my fan? Right? So yeah, so I
You look like me. I always have the fan on me. You know?
yeah, so
my hair is always flying.
it's getting a little warmer here in Florida.
Yeah.
I got my lights on, right? My runway lights. And then I put a little jacket on just because I didn't want to have my arms showing today. So I've got layers, it's warm, I've got light. So yeah, I turned the fan on, and you can see my hair like blowing. I could turn it up and give it a little
Marilyn Monroe,
just a little more something, right? Something. But I have a fan on.
Welcome to the South, baby.
is that a thing? Is this gonna be hashtag my new life? Always with a fan
It
on?
is gonna be hashtag your new life. I sleep with a fan, a ceiling fan, and a fan on me at all times.
I will tell you, pretty much, like we'll go and we'll move into a room, and after about 5 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I need the fan on. I just need the air.
So many windows. You don't have curtains in your windows, right? Like those big ones, and those big ones are going to bring all that heat in.
Yeah, just every time we sit down, I'm like, okay, I need the fan on. I need the fan on. And Jay just is looking at me like I'm an old woman. And he's like, what's your problem?
Duck egg. Oh, they're huge.
Oh, pin it.
They're huge.
Okay, but we can't see them. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, pull it back. There you go.
Okay.
There it is. It's a huge oak.
Yeah, it's a huge oak, which is really beautiful if you're going to do like a custard or whatever. But there's not much white in ratio to the egg yolks. I was a little concerned, so I'm going to add a little bit of egg white from regular eggs.
Okay, so duck egg tastes like a regular egg?
Yeah, it does. It's just a lot of egg yolk.
More yolky.
I'm scared.
Yeah, it's just more yolky. Yeah. So this is a big one. So I would liken this to 2 eggs per 1.5 potato in a personal. This is like a 6-inch pan. Yeah. Just for reference, I'll write the recipe and post it on my blog and post it on your Facebook.
I see that. I see them all the time, like here in North Carolina, the farmers markets. Duck eggs.
It's just that's the thing. Like if you like eggs and what you like about eggs is the egg yolk, then this is the egg to have, because it's really creamy and delicious. So
you know what I was seeing on menus a lot was before COVID, or like right as COVID was coming, was like quail eggs. Seem like
those are super tiny.
Yeah.
I'll do something with quail eggs too. But those are great too. They're cute.
They're cute. They're really cute.
Yeah, they're really cute.
I don't know.
So oh my goodness, my dog's right here. I almost stepped on you. I'm gonna do anyways, he's a little needy. So my pan, I have like just a scant amount of oil, just enough to cover the bottom. And I'm gonna put back my potatoes and onions that I already sauteed. And then I will put these eggs on top. And the idea is that you're gonna have layers of potato and onion in between all of the egg, and that's what makes it super delicious.
I think I have all the ingredients for that, Angel. I might be able to make that for lunch for me today.
Yeah, so this is great for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's also used as a tapas, like a slice. I'm gonna lower this because I don't want my egg to cook separate. I mean, it needs to be like all together. And so yeah, so it's already starting to.
Anything on there?
What's that?
Do you put any cheese or anything on there?
No cheese. You can put cheese. It's totally personal to you. I'm just keeping it pretty plain. You could even put like some spinach or some color in there, which is what I would do. But I'm just gonna do like, you know, the more basic, and then from there you can make it your own. There we go. So I'm gonna raise the heat a little bit. I don't want to like completely cook the egg before it all comes together. So as you see, I'm kind of mixing it in there, and then that'll form like a nice crust, and we're gonna let that cook for probably about 5 minutes, and then we will. The trick is to flip it on a plate and then toast the other side. That's the scary part, especially since we're live. But I have backup. I have another onion. I have another potato.
This is why Puppy is staying close. He's like,
He's like,
that could end up on the floor.
Drop the food. Drop the food.
He's definitely a good garbage disposal. Yeah. But I have to be careful because, you know, dogs, they can't eat everything, especially chocolate. Yeah. But what I give him are like vegetables. Like if I'm cutting some carrots or something, I'll give him a carrot because he likes to chew a lot.
Yeah.
So he'll go through that, but then he always leaves like part of it. He doesn't devour it or anything, but he likes the action of the chewing. Yeah.
So does he hang out in the kitchen with you a lot, Maribel? Yeah.
Yeah, he follows me everywhere. And that's what you want, right? You want a companion. But
it's like a little 2-year-old. You go to the bathroom and they're like, "Mommy, I can't see you." I don't need it.
Well, you know what's kind of cool is that he knows he's never entered the bathroom. I've never seen him walk in the bathroom. He's used to me closing the door. He doesn't even like watch me. He just like he'll see me go in there and he like backs up and just gives me my privacy. Which is great.
See that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if that's like they say your dog takes on some of the personality of its owner, and I am kind of private that way too.
Oh, and he knows it.
Yeah. So
my dogs are sleeping right now in their bed.
Yeah. So he has his own bed. He knows bedtime. I would love to cuddle with him, but he's just so big and like his hair will shed. I don't like the idea of having to clean that on my bed.
Yeah.
So I've trained him to sleep in the living room, and he knows when I close my door, it's like bedtime, and then he'll just go to his bed in the living room. Because dogs don't sleep through the night. They like walk around, they grab a drink, they go to, so that wakes me up. Okay, so it's all coming together. I'm gonna see. I have my trusty little fish
spatula.
I love that. I have one because of you. I haven't used it, but it's in my drawer.
It's really nice and golden.
My drawer.
I can see that the egg is already cooked on the inside, and on the other side I checked to see, and it's nice and brown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it, and then we're going to flip it back. Okay. Can I get a drum roll?
let me get you the
spotlighter. Yep.
Okay. All righty.
She's nervous.
I am a little nervous. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it did good.
Yeah. And then we're gonna put it back. We're gonna put it back in the pan so that the other side
is.
Yeah. So
that is like the most perfect temperature, because you know, if you had it too low, it'd be really pale. If you had it too high, it'd be really dark. Look at how perfectly golden that is.
Oh my gosh, it's pretty.
Yeah. So then it forms to the pan. And it's going to crust on the other side, and it's going to cook the other side, the potatoes and everything. So I'm going to bring it back up to temp, and then it'll be done, and then we'll put it on the plate, and hopefully I'll show you. You want it to let it cool down, so that you can have, like, you know, it doesn't fall apart a little bit, right? Like lasagna, you know, you want to cut into it, but you have to let it, you know, set a little bit. So, but we'll probably cut into it anyways, and you'll see me eat it.
I always sit there for about 5 to 10 minutes after I cook it, because I make a mean lasagna.
Lasagna, yeah. It's not nice. It's not nice at all. It's just mean.
My kids, when they come home, they're like, "Can you make lasagna?"
So I like to, you know, again, during quarantine or during, like, when we were stuck at home, you know, having your staples, and again, in your pantry, in your refrigerator. I always have onions. I always have potatoes, just like a few. So I can do something like this, or I can do some potato dish. I mean, I am not keto friendly, but I don't have potatoes every day. So that's like my pantry staple. I'll use it in between food. This is one of my favorites as well to do and to eat. And I don't do it as often, but I love potatoes, actually. And especially going to Peru and living in Peru, the potatoes are so delicious. They have just so much flavor. That's the time to eat them fried, which I never used to eat fried potatoes until I went to Peru.
Really? It changed that much.
I you know, I just grew up not eating fried foods really in my household, and I didn't have fast food until I was like 21. Yeah. So
have McDonald's?
My mom would have liked that, right? But we were like golden arches, mommy.
Listen, my kids at 2 years old be like, "I want to go to McDonald's." I'm like, "There's not a McDonald's." Yeah, look. And I'm like, "There's no McDonald's." And sure enough, there was a McDonald's. I'm like, "How did you even see that?"
Michael used to like going, and of course, you know, if I didn't have cash, I'm like, "Yeah, mommy doesn't have any cash. Like, we can't go." Well, I remember when they started taking debit cards or whatever, or credit cards, like at the machine, right? And you would I was like, oh, now I have no excuse. Like, what am I going to say to him?
You know what?
Mommy, you have your card.
My kids used to, I said, "Mommy don't have no money." "You have card."
Yeah, right? You have
a
card.
"You have a card." I'm like, "No, I don't."
Well, they didn't have cards when I was growing up, like as a kid in the 80s, but we would go to McDonald's only for fries and a shake. Not for like mealtime. We never ate out for mealtime. It was like really just a snack. So I never really, anyways, long story short, I didn't have fries. Like, I just knew that was bad for you. And I didn't get cellulite probably till I was like 30, but yeah, I have it now.
You know, that's our problem, is that we had McDonald's French fries.
Right.
I just didn't eat fried foods, like, you know, fried chicken, or, you know, to go, like, stuff like that. And we didn't eat a lot of fried food at home, but now I have. I mean,
yeah, they're crack fries at McDonald's.
Yeah, they're really good. And to this day, I sometimes have a craving for a shake and fries. That's like.
Okay, so do you do the thing like most Spanish people do and dip your fries in your shake?
No, I just like the flavor combination in my mouth.
Okay.
I tried it once.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who do that. I don't do that, but there's a lot of people who dip their fry in their
shakes. Yeah, like it's a yummy thing. I used to always do the shamrock shake in March when they would come out with the green. It's like
At McDonald's?
a minty little shamrock shake and fries. Gosh, I haven't done that in ages. Thank goodness. But I have such a sweet tooth. Like that is my thing. And then Jay likes the savory. So between the two of us,
You guys are always, I'm the savory person. Like I love the savory.
we just eat it all. And we always have it. Although I went and bought the other day. Okay, so I know they're adults, but we buy kid food, right? To keep on hand for when the kids come over. My adult children.
Oh, your kids are not kids.
Right, they are 27 and yeah, twin daughters who are 27 and
Okay,
Michael's
so
23.
what are kid foods in your house?
You know, frozen pizzas, corn dogs, taquitos, pizza rolls, right? Like all that stuff. And the other day, I found Pop-Tarts, s'mores flavored Pop-Tarts. They were $3 for a box. I'm like, well, we have to have those. I have goldfish. Like it is, yeah.
It is shelf stable.
It's all kid food. It's all, yeah, I call it kid
I
food.
mean, you have your son living there too, so it's hard. Like when my kids lived at my house, I couldn't keep. You can't keep all that food out of their house. They like that frozen pizza and all that stuff. Okay, Maribel, let's see.
I'm ready.
Clip.
So
This
this didn't take that much time, obviously, because it's a small personal size. Okay, here we go. There.
Ta-da!
Yeah, beautiful.
Look at her. Oh, I can breathe.
Oh, thank goodness.
So this is obviously a perfect size for this pan, and that's also a good trick. You can use, some people use anything bigger than what is the pan that you're using. So if you're not going to do a personal size, like this is good for 2 people to share. I could get, let's see, I could use, I have a larger nonstick pan, like probably.
So you could make a big one, like for 4 people, kind of thing.
Yeah, this is great party food. This is great to do. So
like pizza, right? You just kind of like slice it like a pizza.
Exactly, like little triangles. So again, if you're single, this is great to do on your own. It has eggs. Like I said, you could put spinach in there. You could put cheese, no problem. But the creaminess of the egg, the moisture of your onions and the potato, that's what creates your texture, like crispy on the outside. And if you put too much cheese, then that's like, it's about the cheese and not the potato. And if you like potatoes, then that's what it's about.
That was just so simple with the ingredients.
Yeah. I mean, there are a few steps. You saw me, I already sauteed the potatoes. I probably accelerated it a little bit. That did take me a good 8 minutes. As we were talking, I had it going. I was doing other stuff before we were on camera for the first go around, but then you transfer it to a pan with your onions, let it kind of not be as hot so it doesn't overcook your egg. And then we did it together and put it with the egg.
But it just looks so fancy, right? With 3 ingredients, potato, onion, and egg, like 3 very basic pantry essentials.
Yeah, and you always have them on hand.
And it's so fancy.
Yeah, it is. It's a little nice. You could, most people just have this, because we're in Texas and in the United States, a lot of people would probably put Tabasco on this because you're having egg. You could do a little salsa.
Maribel, but I put Tabasco like on everything. I even put a little tiny Tabasco in my purse.
Do you have that little baby one? That is so cute. It makes me almost want to be a Tabasco lover just so I can carry the little baby one in my purse.
I've never liked Tabasco. I've never understood Tabasco. But on a few things like an egg, okay, and potato like this, that's nice because it has like a vinegar and that's a great acidic note to this. But I would also serve this with a salad on the side. But yeah, this is the whole dish, and it went faster than I thought. I could have showed how to cut the on the mandolin like from scratch. But anyways, that was really fast to do for one, but going into a bigger pan, that's going to double your time, probably 20 minutes of by the time you saute all the potatoes, but that's like 10, 15 minutes. And by the time you put it all back together, it's 20 minutes. But you can store this in the refrigerator. It stores really well, and you can have it again for seconds and just put a paper towel over the potato, the tortilla, and then you can put it in the microwave and heat it. Yeah, so I it's a great late night snack too. So let's try to cut into it and see what it's like. Let me get a knife.
I'm gonna make that for lunch today, Angel.
I think so, right? Like so simple. Oh,
Right?
she's cutting into it.
Yeah. I have another plate here. And again, I could even I probably could have done another potato just so you have these layers. That is the beautiful thing about a tortilla as well. You have like these layers of potato with the egg and the onion. This is kind of flat, but you get the picture.
So you can make it almost like a lasagna type.
Exactly. So this is a little flat. So I probably could have done another potato to make it a little bit more, abundant. And I'm going to go ahead and take a bite. Yeah. So it has like you don't want too much egg.
Did you put any seasonings in there? Is there any?
I put salt.
That's it? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
so simple, like with these very simple ingredients and so fancy, so elegant.
Yeah, I'm going to make that now.
Look, it is pretty good.
She's like, it's
pretty
real
good.
good.
It's pretty good.
This is the part that
I definitely could have added more potato because you don't want more egg than potato. So, but still, it's pretty delicious. I mean, you just can't go wrong with potato and egg.
So you think Jay will like this, Angel?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make the recipe and post it. And I was thinking 1.5. It also depends on the size of the potato. So I'll measure out the potatoes to make sure it's consistent. But I definitely recommend using a smaller one. Also, it's easier to manage,
for the flipping.
For the flipping.
Can you imagine flipping that big one?
Right? Because I mean, you saw how cautious, right? Maribel was being with it, and she's a chef. So start small.
I mean, start small, and then if you want a bigger one, then do a bigger one. Yeah, just to have a little bit of success and something simple, something different, and pretty approachable for most people. I don't know that many people who don't like potatoes, but I do have one cooking student in my program. She's like, I'm not a potato person. I'm like, you're not. Some people don't like rice,
There's this restaurant. There's this little restaurant on the corner, it's called the Burntwood Tavern, and their happy hour menu, it's like all potatoes. Like it's like, they have this hash brown thing, this tater tot thing, potato skins, it's all potatoes.
Potato hour.
It is. It's potato hour.
You're using the potato skins, or you're like using all the different pieces of the potato.
There's like 5 different things on there that are potatoes. It was like, we just went one time when we were like getting ready to buy the house, and we just were like, we're just going to beat up your happy hour menu and just bring us everything. They even had like potato chips with some like sauce, like gravy sauce or something on it, which was weird, but it was like all potatoes. So
if you imagine,
you do a lot with potatoes.
You can. You totally can.
Bags and bags and bags and bags of potatoes.
Okay, so Tina, I had to take off my new little silicone band. It was too small. It was squishing my finger.
Where's the black one?
I don't remember where I put it.
Oh my God. It's nice and crispy.
Is it? It just looks so perfect, Maribel. You
I'm gonna
did.
make that today.
Just okay. You have to take a picture.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
I'll take a picture of me trying to flip it.
Like nailed it.
So what is up with y'all? You are always up to doing some kind of summit conference. I don't know.
I know. I was going to ask you. I'm like, what do you have coming up? But we do have our Connect virtual summit is in 2 weeks, right? 3 weeks?
2 weeks from yesterday. So it's
2 weeks from yesterday. So I'm super excited about that. It's the Connect Virtual Summit from 2 to 7 p.m. Eastern time, and
this
tickets are
one
free.
talks about follow-up and building relationships online and creating that, all of the things that Tina Torres teaches.
All the people stuff.
All the people. I'm not the only one speaking. We have a lot of other people speaking. We have Jill Wright speaking on the human connection and just how to build those relationships, because it's so hard to build those relationships, especially right now when you got to do it virtually, right? So, like creating those Facebook lives so they get to know you and kind of build that rapport with you face to face. So yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Well, yeah, this is Tina's love language right here. Like this is the space she lives in, but we do have a full lineup of speakers, and we're going to actually have them on the morning show next Wednesday. So you get a chance to meet our speakers next week on here on the show, which is pretty fun. Yeah, there's always so much. There's always so much going on. Do you have any classes coming up, Maribel?
So yes, I am going to do a month-long weekly free live cooking class. So weekly. And I want to do it on Mondays with Maribel, but I don't know if Mondays are the best time for people to do a free class. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, you do you, right? Like the calendar is always like a beast, right?
Yeah.
And so, the best thing is to find the time that works best for you, and then you can always record it, and then
that's true.
Well,
so put a poll out there. Angel put a poll out there the other day for her
I need to do that
live. And do you want to do it in Orlando, Colorado, or virtual? And like you can't please everyone, right? So like some people were like Colorado, some people were like Orlando, most people said virtually.
They did. Most of them said virtual. So that was just, to get a feel for where people were at. Are they ready to come? Do they want me to go to them? Because I do have a lot of clients in Colorado. And they're still wanting virtual. I think, it's a little like we're just sampling the live stuff, but the polls, right there, I don't know, they're a blessing and a curse, Maribel, right? Like
no, I did a poll on a few mommy groups on Facebook, and I had the last time I did a couple of free classes. But I really want to do it on Monday because it just sticks with like what I do on Mondays with Maribel, which is like I do a tip and I don't have to record myself. It just saves me time. I'll show up live.
Yes. So what, they can watch it on replay anytime. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's so true. Okay, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna do a weekly in the month of May, a free cooking class. It'll be full out cooking class from start to end. And we'll do a dish. Of course, we'll learn knife skills. My goal is that we start from the beginning, which is with knife skills, and then we'll do a few dishes 4 weeks. Hopefully, people will tune in and then see the replay, and I'll post it on my Facebook page, and then I'll have that as well available on my website, which I already have our cooking show listed there too, so a few of them are already there, and then people can have that opportunity to have that available. So that's my big thing in May, so that I can relaunch my cooking program in June.
My husband, actually, we used to do, there was like this little place you could go and like little cooking classes, and you cooked your dinner, like you cooked your stuff. They always start with the knife skills. Like, that's always.
Well, you see, I'm not, people don't want to take a knife skills class. Although every time I talk about cooking, people are like, oh, I wish I could like learn knife skills. I'm like, you got to take a class.
My favorite knife to use is the Santuco knife.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Just roll
Santuco.
it.
Yeah. So
so you sneak in the knife skills class in the fun stuff, right? Even
yeah,
we're going to teach you all about chocolate. Here's knife skills.
yeah. Well, in every cooking class,
your chocolate.
in every cooking class that I do, even like today, we're using a mandolin. I like to just like kind of give a brief 101 and a safety thing so people feel comfortable. I think a lot of people don't feel comfortable. And so that's what the idea is.
Well, let me tell you, that mandolin is no joke. I have lost a couple of knuckles on that mandolin.
Ooh.
Well,
times.
Speaking of knuckles, like a lot of people, no joke, and I was about to show this, I was like, no, it'll be boring. But these peelers, they're super sharp. These are no joke. You have to know how to handle it because you will cut off some knuckles. And I always tell, like in the restaurant, I would always tell my cooks, if they were new or whatever, how to do it, because inevitably somebody would be like, oh, I got this, and they're like, and yeah. So I doesn't matter. Anytime anybody's in my kitchen, I show them how to use this.
There's a little protein in your dish today. It's okay.
So yeah, so always a little bit of safety as well in cooking classes, because people just don't learn that really. When do you learn that? So, and of course the good stuff, which is cooking and getting a finished product, always.
Well, Maribel, it's always so much fun to have you come on the show and give us all it's just so entertaining, so engaging. I think it just brings a fun new flavor, right, to the Angel and Tina show.
Incorporating cooking stuff.
A new flavor makes it so yummy. And I know our audience just loves you. They love the recipes. And you just take something that would be so simple, but you put your little chef spin on it, and it makes it so much more elegant and fancy. And of course, you inspire us to go into our kitchens. And I know you.
Thank you. That's the goal. Yeah, that's totally the goal. People can find me on my website, cocinamaribel.com. That's COCINAMARIB as in boy, EL.com. And then that's my handle on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Bless you. Bless you.
She usually does it 3 times. She has one more.
Okay, she's laughing.
She's on mute. She can't get off.
She lost it.
Maribel, so you're coming in every other Thursday.
Yes.
Cinco de Mayo is coming up.
That's right.
What are you gonna do for Cinco de Mayo?
Oh, well,
I knew she had another one in.
We could do something. We could do like a canapé, which is like a little bite with sopes. Are you familiar with sopes? Which are not the fried type. They're of the Tex-Mex type. Sopes are like little masa cups, and they're nice little appetizers.
I only know sopapillas.
Yeah. A lot of people know sopapillas. Or we could even do that. I mean, we could do something funny, something fun like that, short, quick, but maybe people haven't tried it before.
Are you doing anything for Cinco de Mayo?
No. We have the show that day.
Okay. Just checking.
I hadn't thought about that.
I'm not Mexican, Angel.
You're not?
Well, it's a holiday, and you probably do St. Patrick's Day, and you probably do.
I do.
The day before, of course, is May 4th, and it's Star Wars Day. So it's May the 4th, right? May the 4th be with you.
That hasn't always been a thing, though. Like, it's only like a new, like the last 5 to 10 years thing, right? Like, it hasn't.
Yeah.
So at Disney, you have to make a park reservation if to make sure, because they're on limited capacity. Well, May the 4th, you cannot go to Disney. It is packed because, it's Disney Day or Star Wars Day at Disney at Hollywood Studios. So you can't even.
Can you imagine all the people all dressed up as Star Wars characters that day? Because
Alicia works at that park, and they do. They come completely in character, and they're all having a fun time. And
Oh, I would love Chewbacca.
All right, ladies. Well, let's wrap it up. Let's give that call to action one more time, Maribel.
CocinaMaribel.com. Please sign up for my newsletter. That's the best way that you can be apprised of upcoming stuff. I'm going to probably do a pop-up dinner pretty soon. So if they sign up, they'll know about it. And also I give away recipes and menu ideas and all that.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Well, give her some love, right? You guys love having these. If you've got any ideas, things you want to learn, go and follow her. Like, yeah, super interactive, super engaging here. And that's what this is all about. So give her some love and tell her. And if you've tried any of her recipes, post those, right? And go back and watch some of the previous episodes where we've had Chef Maribel on. And if you've tried any of them, send us pictures or take videos.
Yeah.
And, right?
Tag me.
There you go. Absolutely. Well, I'm Angel Tussey. I am your media matchmaker, your media exposure specialist. If you're looking for more exposure and visibility for your business, your book, or your brand, you can sign up for my complimentary media starter kit at my website, makeyourbigimpact.com. That's makeyourbigimpact.com. All sorts of goodies, lots of goodies in there. In fact, we were just looking at it the other day, and the whole thing, like, oh my gosh, like this thing is just jam-packed with all good stuff. So enjoy all the freebies. And then of course, sign up today, right now. Go to connectvirtualsummit.com and grab your free ticket, learn all the goodies, right? If you don't have customers, you don't have a business, right? If you can't connect with people and you don't master the follow-up, you are out of business. Customers are good for business. So sign up at connectvirtualsummit.com. We have a full lineup of speakers ready to serve you that day.
And speaking of mastering your follow-up, I am Tina Torres, your client retention expert, otherwise known as the gratitude specialist. And if you're struggling with attracting the right clients, knowing how to connect to them, or even if you just don't know how to convert them into clients, I have a complimentary guide that I hope you grow your audience organically, online and offline, connect and nurture those relationships authentically, and then take them relationships and turn them into paying clients. You can grab that guide. If you text the word connection to 26786, that is the word connection to 26786. Get on there. You'll also get invited to my new Mastering Your Follow-Up Masterclass that is going to be live here at the end of the month. So you can see all of the insides and outs of how to create that follow-up system. Some of them are automated, some of them are not, but make sure you grab that, and you can text the word connection to 26786. We are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. We come to you live every weekday morning at 11 a.m. We're so grateful for you, our audience, our loyal fans. Chef Maribel, thank you so much. We hope you guys have a fabulous day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.
Bye.